Today is 17th. Now you understood what we have done, is it right? We are very simple, very easy. Okay. What are the things? You should be very clear about what is the objective of the what is the objective, what is the control, and what is the test of controls. Okay, these three things we have to. Every other case, purchases, sales, inventory, non-current asset, cash, bank, everywhere we have the same process. Okay, they will not ask what is the objective. This is for our understanding. The only thing is they will ask is what are the deficiencies, is it right? What is the deficiencies and what are the suggestions for the deficiencies. This is the question approach we are doing. Okay, we are doing the how the question will be there in the question bank. They will ask, they will give the scenario, and we have to identify what are the deficiencies, what are the and suggestions, what controls, where the control deficiencies exist. Okay, that is only the process. For doing this, we should have this understanding. Now, when you say it is a purchases, when you are doing a purchases, okay, what will have first? You will raise a request. Okay, first you will raise a request, is it? Then what will happen? The purchase department raises purchase orders. Okay, purchase. Here if you talk about this, here we will have a LPO, local purchase order. Is that this is nothing but a purchase order. Raises order and send copies. They will send a copy to the accounts department also. Is that they will send a copy to the next. Once you are receiving the goods, is it right? One side the goods will be transferred. Okay, the goods will be transferred to the production. Fine, but the payment has to be done. Is it right? The payment has to be done. When you are receiving the goods, there is a goods received note will be there, GRN. Okay, when you are receiving, now you understand. See, again I am saying, you are raising a request, you are raising purchase order. Once you raise the purchase order, you receive the goods. You will send it to the production. Yes. Now, you have to make the payment also. Now, what basis you are going to make payment? Very important. There should be evidence that you have received goods. There is a GRN, goods received note. Keep it in mind. This is very important for understanding. Next, once you receive the notes, the goods received notes will be sent to where? Accounts department. Account department will match. Why account department will match with whom? First, they have received an LPO that we are purchasing, and they are received the goods. These two has to be matched. Yes, these two has to be matched. Then only what will happen? The account department will get the evidence that the goods has been received what we ordered. Okay, this has to be matched. The one which is going when we have raised the purchase order and the one which have raised the goods received. Once you have this, record an account for invoice. Then we will say that yes, your purchase, your general entry will come into picture. Okay, then what we'll do? You will send the payment. Once you record it, you are sending the payment. Fine. Supplier will extend credit in future. When you are paying on time, definitely the credit period, there is a possibility that the credit period will increase. Is that there is a possibility that the credit period will get some, see, we are giving confidence. Then the same thing happens. Then again you are going to have a new requisition. Got my point? This is the process, simple process. Again I am explaining. First you raise the request. Based on the request, you will do an LPO, is that local purchase order. You are sending local purchase order, you will send one copy of local purchase order to the accounts department. Isn't it? Once you have get the local purchase order, you will receive the goods. There are two ways, okay? Once you receive the goods, fine, it is related to the inventory, it is related to the production. You will send that it. But once you are receiving the goods, you will generate goods received note. Is that there are two things. GRN is there and GDN is there. This is goods delivery note. This is goods received note. Very important terminology. We have to verify. Okay. Goods received note is with respect to purchases. Goods delivery note is with respect to sales. Okay, with respect to sales. Once we have received the notes, received the goods, definitely you will compare. Yes, we have made this much purchase request. LPO has been raised. This much goods we have received. Once we confirm it, then what we'll do? We will make a general entry. Okay, debit and credit. Once we have made a general entry, we are sending it we will send the payment. Okay, without general entry, we will not do the payment. Once we have the payment, fine. That is the end, or supplier will extend credit in future. The same process will work. Now what happening? Everywhere the rule says that the objective, control and test of controls. I am telling you again, in the next few slides we will do examination question also. Is it? Everywhere you are testing, they will not give all the things. Understand my point? You will have 1, 2, 3, I will put the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 7, 8 are there. They will not give 8. They will give a very selective ones as they wish. We have to know what are the controls, what are the test of controls. Okay, we have to know whether the controls are effective or not. Now coming back to this, what they say.
One question.
Tell me please.
So how come they can carry on production before raising goods received notes?
No.
Is it?
Once you are receiving the goods, two things happen simultaneously.
Okay.
Two things. Once you are receiving the goods, you will raise the goods received note. Then you will send. Once you have raised the goods received goods, automatically GRN will be there. One side you are sending copy of goods received note to the accounts department. Another side you are sending the product to the production department. Okay, once you have received the goods, definitely you will not keep the goods. Fine, goods received, you will transfer to production, whatever it may be. You transfer to inventory, whatever the rule says, you will transfer to that department. Either you are receiving the goods, what will happen? Definitely, this you will say that you will call the department and say that take your goods. Fine, we have received it. Now you will send to the accounts department stating that these goods we have received. You will sign, you will approve. Is that you will approve that yes, I have received these goods from the supplier. Then you will send the copy. Here we are sending the copy. Here you are sending the goods. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Fine. Now, what you say? The same thing. Simple. What are the things? Occurrence. Well, to ensure that recorded purchases, whatever you are recording, is it right? Record purchase order, LPO, represents goods and services received. Whatever you are placing the order, Okay, the purpose is whatever placing the order you have received. Very simple. You are ordering something through Talabat. You ordering something to he will come and he deliver the product to you. When he deliver the product to you, you will see the invoice, you will see the check the goods, you will see the amount also. Understand what? Simple process. What we are doing in our life, follow the same process. We are ordering, we will confirm, we will see the bill, we will see the, we will count quantity also as a matter of fact. Is it right? Physically you will count what we have received. Okay, that is the first thing. That is the control. That is nothing but the it has been occurred and there is a existence. What are the things? When authorization procedures and policies for who will order, who has the authorization? Everybody cannot order the products. Is that when you are raising a purchase order, is it right? You are raising the somebody has to authorize. Okay. Now you should make things that there should be a segregation of duties. This is the part of everywhere it will come. Is right? You should means one person, the person should not raise the order and the same person should not receive the order. Is it right? The one person, is it right? One person, one staff I can put like this. Okay. I will put like this. One staff, is that one staff should raise the order, is that raise the order, and another staff should receive. Is it right? Should receive. Two people should be there. Now purchase order raised for each purchase and authorized by senior person. For each purchase, is that you should make that no, I am doing for 10 purchase. No, there should be every purchase order should have the same procedure. Is that every purchase order should have same procedure.
Even for small amounts orders?
They will mention that, see, even small amount means it's not like that. In our firm, okay, you will have petty cash is there. Then there will be rule at a branch level. Is it right? A branch manager have the limit of 100,000 reals. Is that at a head office a regional manager will have a limit of 200,000 reals. If it is more than 200,000, then it will go to the GM level. If it is going to be more than 1 million, is it right? Then it has to be done by the board of directors. Okay? Everywhere there will be some limits will be there. Okay? Those limits, that is what the authorization. A branch manager has authorization for 1,000 reals. He cannot make more than 1,000. And that also month also they will say in the month you cannot make more than $25,000 reals. Is that in the month you cannot make 25. They will not just I am telling you 1,000 per day, 25,000. Likewise, you will have the day limit, you will have the monthly limit. So within, see what happens, you are taking some request to the branch manager. The branch manager what he said, no, I don't have authorization for this much amount. I have to send it for the head office to get approval. I have to send it to the head office for the approval. I have authorization only for 700 reals. You are giving a request for 1,000 reals. I cannot do that. Immediately he will forward it. Is it okay? Are you clear about this? Approved purchase order for each receipt of goods. Whatever we are receiving, again we have to cross verify that we have received the goods, there is a purchase order is there or not. Staff checking goods, check them to the again, because when we are saying it is a purchase order, it is a source document. Is it right? It is a source document. Everything is based on purchase order only. Okay, everything is based on purchase order only. Your staff receiving goods, you are receiving goods. What is the evidence? What is the source? Again, how much you have requested, how much you have placed the order. According to the order, it is there or not. Store clerk, see the segregation of duties. The store clerk signed goods received. This is nothing but GRN. We are receiving the goods. Who will receive? The stores person will receive. The purchase manager or purchase, person who will place the order, and the stores staff will check against the purchase order, and the stores clerk will sign. Purchase orders and goods received note are matched. See, you have the, how many things are there now? See, any material misstatement we are saying. We are having a purchase order, we are having the goods received note, and supplier also will send us in the invoice. Is it right? Supplier will also send us. For them it is a goods delivery. For us it is a goods received. Okay? For them it is a goods delivery. For us it is a goods received. Means you are matching purchase order with goods received note. You are matching purchase order with the supplier invoice. Anywhere, these are the controls. Is that? These are the controls. If three are there, fine, things will work. Are you clear about this?
Yes.
Is that? Now, what happens? What are the test of controls? Is that? Inspect what are the policies and procedures are placed. Who will place the order? Who will place the order? Who is authorized to place? Is that? Who is authorized to place? Test of control. We are, what we are doing? We are inspecting. Is that? We are inspecting. The second one, we are observe and evaluate. We will observe. The purchase clerk will receive. Is that? Purchase clerk will verify against the purchase order, and the inventory clerk will receive the goods. Okay, we will see whether different people are, one person will issue the purchase order. Is it that? One person will issue the purchase order, another person will receive the goods. Is it that? And another person will record the goods. There will be more people involved. Fine. Some people are quality check will also there. Is it right? In the question will say that yes, one person will have a quality supervisor will be there. He will check whether the goods are as per the quality or not. See the thing. When you are receiving some box of consignment, is it right? In that consignment they will say quality check. They will put one stamp, quality check. There are so many things will be there in between. This is only a brief idea we are getting. Examine a sample of purchase order. As an auditor, what you will do? As an auditor, you will examine sample a few purchase orders, and what you are going to say whether the purchase orders has been authorized or not. Is that? If for a sample of it. Next, what is the second one? For a sample of goods received note. In the examination you can write like this also. Nothing will happen, but make it a point. It is related to purchases only. GRN, purchases only. For a sample of goods received note, ensure that we have to purchase order has been approved. We have received some goods, okay? Whether we have to make sure that yes, These are the goods that has been approved or not. So many test of controls. Observe receipts of by staff to confirm whether check is done. Whether they have put stamp, is it right? That yes, that it has been verified. Okay, we are saying that whether they have from whom they are verifying. They are verifying with the purchase order. Is it right? They are verifying with the purchase order. Goods received note. Whichever staff will do, that staff will sign. That yes, I have receipt of goods to confirm whether check has done. Inspect a sample to confirm store staff undertake this check. Not only we are talking about the purchase clerk, okay, purchase clerk. Purchase clerk has done this, and you should, the stores inventory should also say, I have received purchased, okay, but the thing is, this is what happens in every company. You go to the inventory, you are taking some inventory, even stationery you are taking. When you are taking stationery, there is a request form will be there. You have to fill the request form, you have to sign the request form, and the stores department will approve it, and somebody will issue it. Understand? But you are signing, somebody will approve, somebody will issue. Is that likewise for inspect a sample of to confirm whether store staff have undertaken the check, whether means stores clerk is doing his job or not. For us, examine supporting documents to ensure it has matched with sample of invoices. Is it right? For examine supporting documents. Any documents are there. Is that bank documents will be there. Some detailed documents will be there. Any documents. We are not concerned about any documents. Any related documents. If I say any document, then you will ask any related document. If available. Is that I am very clear in using my words. If available, then you have to match it. Okay, this is the process whenever there is a occurrence and existence. Fine. It looks in detail. I am telling you this. It looks in detail, but with the moment you will do the examination questions, it makes very easy for us. Is it? Because we are covering here in detail. Are you clear about this?
Yeah.
Fine. Now, completeness. Okay, we have done purchases. It has to be complete. We have done purchases. It has to be recorded. Okay. Whatever that ensured that all transactions, all purchases has to be recorded or not in the book of original entry, in the general. Okay, mean they have done the double entry or not. Either they have recorded, they have passed the general entry or not. If you are passing general entry, that is taken forward for other cases also. Is that? Now what you are doing before you passing, this is the accounts department. Okay, this is the accounts department. Purchase orders and GRNs, goods received note. Two things are be there. Okay, supporting, these are the supporting documents. Purchase order, and this is the internal documents. It has to be you have to match with whom the supplier will send with the goods. The supplier, what they will say, we are sending one copy to the purchase order to the supplier. Is it right? With the supplier, they will send we are sending the purchase order, they will send us the invoice. Is that? With the purchase order, we are comparing what? We are comparing with the supplier invoice. Means whatever we have placed the order, the supplier is supplied the same thing or not. Periodic accounting of pre-numbered GRNs. Whenever you are raising purchase order, is it right? purchase order, whenever goods received note, we have to follow the sequence numbering. Is it right? We have to make sure that, yes, accuracy. Is it right? Completeness. That all the purchase orders has been taken care of. Goods received note. The sequence is there. Completeness. Is there anything missing? Is it right? Now, independent check of amount recorded in the purchase journal. Okay, we have taken purchase orders. What we'll do, we'll check the amount which has been recorded in the journal. Means we will check what? We will check debits and credits. Specific activities there. Is it? These are the controls. Or what are the controls? Your purchase order with GRN and supplier. We will have pre-numbered GRNs and orders. We will independently check the general entries. What are the test of controls? Again the same process. Now you will have the thing. Without going further, I will put for each control there will be a test of control. Controls will be done by the internal auditor or the management. Test of controls will be done by the external audit. For a sample of purchase orders, is a for sample. Here what your test of controls, when we are doing test of controls, mostly we will take the sample. For a sample of purchase orders, ensure that each has been matched with invoice and it has been recorded. We will take the sample of invoices and we see whether it has been recorded in the books, ledger books. It has been posted. Yeah, it has been posted rightly or not. We will make sure that. Review entity procedure. What is the procedure of pre-numbered? Most of the time, pre-numbered is auto-generated. Systems generated. Or is there any procedure is there? Manual, some people are doing manually. Definitely you have to make sure that what is the procedure they are adopting. Examining application controls. What are the application controls? Documentation for evidence. The documents, everybody is doing the job, that the clerk is doing the job, the purchase clerk is doing, inventory clerk is doing, quality clerk is doing. We have to examine documentation, because documentation, whenever you are talking about the thing, everyone will sign. Is that everyone will sign? This is where we are talking in terms of the completeness. Completeness means whether it has been posted or recorded in the books, financial books. Fine. Now, when you have purchased, is it right? When you have purchased, definitely what will happen? Mostly there will be a credit purchases. We have to assume by default. We have to assume by default that these are credit purchases. If these are credit purchases, it will lead to what? It will lead to payables. They have the right, suppliers have the right to receive. Okay, suppliers have the right to receive. Now we have to make sure that yes, we are paying it. We are paying to the right person. We are paying for the right invoice. We are going to pay for the right goods they have supplied. We have to make sure. Is it right? We have to make sure that payment is not done just like that. Payment is more difficult. Payment, you need all the documents. Purchase order is there, received is there. Is that goods received note is there. you have to have a supplier's invoice is there. All three are matching, then only they will make the payment. Okay, they will then only what is the to ensure that the whatever we have recorded purchases represents the liabilities. Which liabilities? It is payables. Is it? It is payables. Mostly current liabilities only. Extraordinary cases you will have non-current. Mostly, but we are not talking about which liability. We are talking only about liability. When we are liability, I am giving a very small example with respect to payables. But what is the control you are doing? Is that first we ensure that it represents a liability. That's the objective. We have to pay only to those people whom we have recorded. Once we are doing, what is the control? Purchase. See again the things. What is the control? Purchase order which match with GRN. Okay, purchase orders will match with GRN, and the GRNs will be matched with supplier's invoice. Is it? GRNs will match with the sub. Now you see documentation is, it makes the difference. Examine a sample of, a sample of invoices. Is that to ensure that it has been matched for the sample of invoices. For a sample of invoices, purchase order should be matched with GRN. GRN should be matched with the supplier's invoice. When we are doing this, your question answers, you will be more proactive than me. Understand the point? You will be more proactive than me. This is the foundation we are working on. Fine. Next, when you are doing classification, is it classification nowadays? People are, I told you, now people are, the IFRS is very much concerned. Non-current assets and current assets. If you take last 2 years, non-current liabilities and current liabilities. Recently, they are very, means there should not be any, if it is for the next 12 months. Is it right? If it is for the next 12 months, it is a current liability. If it is more than 12 months, next more than 12 months, it will be a non-current liability. Fine. What is the accuracy? We are talking about 3 things. Accuracy, classification and valuation. To ensure that the whatever purchase transactions are correctly recorded in the accounting system. We want to know accuracy. The second stage is that yes, we have done in purchases. Is that here what will happen? You will have the control account. Control accounts are individual accounts. Okay, correctly recorded in debits and credit, correctly recorded in the non-current liability or current liability. Fine, that's very important. Now what you are doing, again the same. Now you see the thing, it revolves around purchase. What are the controls? We are talking purchase order, goods received note, and watch with apply. Now you can understand. There are 3 documents are very important for purchases. The purchase order, the goods received note, and the supplier's invoice. Done. Mathematical accuracy of the supplier invoice is verified. Totaling, totaling quantity into price. We will have, is it right? You will have quantity. I will put this one. You will have quantity. You will have price. You have total. Even it is computer generated. You will say how many number of items are there. They will say number of items. They will put some value. They will have total will be in figures. Total will be in words. Okay, total will be in figures. Total, like we are writing the check. We will say 1,000 reals. Then we will write 100,000 reals. In words also we will write. In figures also you will write. Is it right? Next, amount posted, whether we have posted in the general ledger, means what is in the purchase ledger and what is the general ledger. Purchase ledger and general ledger, because it carries to the trial balance. Is right? It carries to the trial balance. We have to, what we are doing, we are reconciling. Okay, we are matching the thing. We also take into charts of accounts are there or not. Is a chart of accounts in terms of what? In terms of product code. Okay, in terms of suppliers code. Is it right? In the suppliers code, product code. Chart of accounts is the basic. Is it that will identify with the product. Okay, these are the controls. First, purchase order match with the GRN and suppliers. You will talk about mathematical accuracy. We will see we are reconciling with the ledger and the purchase ledger and chart of account. Again, for everything there will be a control. Is that this is initially this is very difficult for us to make you understand. Now you will understand automatically. What you are doing, we are saying examine documentation for sample of invoices. What is the documentation? Purchase order, you will have GRN, you have sales invoice. Review a sample of invoice with respect to accuracy. What is the accuracy? You are talking about signature, you are talking about initials, you are reperforming the check. Is that? You are doing, they have done reconciliation, control is there. You will only review reconciliation for evidence. Is it? And last, you will review purchase general, purchase book, purchase day book and general ledger for its reasonableness. Why we are doing? We are saying that yes, whether we have posted in the general ledger or we have not posted in the general, means the sequence is going to be accurate, classification, accuracy as well as valuation. Is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cutoff. I told you cutoff will be there. Now we are going further. My task is very easy and your understanding will be more easy. Understand what? Cutoff is only date. Is it? What is the cutoff? All the purchase transactions recorded in the current accounting period. Is that all the purchases should be accounted in the current accounting period? Is it right? That is the cutoff. And this now you can understand. There is no different other explanation for this. All goods received forwarded to be accounted in accounts payable department on a daily basis. Is that whatever you have received, goods received reports, goods received notes, is it daily basis you have to update. Otherwise, what will happen? This month payables will be next month. Is it? This month payables will be next month. Now it is computerized. Everywhere it is not computerized. Now it is computerized in major companies, but small business entities, it is not that much computerized. Okay, means you have to. What is the control? Control says that there should not be any pending invoices which are not entered. Procedures require recording of purchases as soon as possible once you have received goods or services. Controls means you should not keep anything pending. Okay, you should not carry forward. You should not keep anything pending. Okay, that is the cutoff. Today task should be completed today. What you are doing? You are comparing dates on the reports, and dates on the vouchers. What is the voucher date and what is the entered date? Is it right? What is the voucher date and what is the entered date? Next, compare dates on voucher with dates on the purchase general. See what we are doing? We are talking in terms of, is it right? We are talking in terms of vouchers and we are talking in terms of dates on reports. Again, we are talking in terms of date on reports to whom? We are talking about the vouchers and we are saying that what is the date which we have entered. Is that which we have entered? Means you are matching on different aspects. Is that testing the controls, whether it has been every day it has been entered or it has not been entered. Cut off. You should not.
Vouchers, you mean invoices?
Pardon?
You mean invoices?
Yes, invoices only. Is it right?
Invoices.
You can purchase orders. Is that date of what you are doing? You are having a daily report. Is that relevant vouchers? Relevant vouchers. You are talking in terms of purchase orders. You are talking in terms of sales invoices. Is that relevant vouchers means I will put like documentation. Is that documentation? You have to match it so that yes, today you are receiving what we are doing. The moment you receive, I told you in the last session, if anything is received before 12 noon, it will be processed during that day. Anything you are receiving after 12 noon, it will be processed next day. This is the rule, okay? You are following the rule, that's all. Anything you are receiving within 12 o'clock, those has to be entered, those has to be recorded, and those has to be cleared. This is the cutoff. Example, you remember this all the time. Checks, okay? You are remember this all the time. Checks, if you deposited, they say, if I am right, they say before 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, if you deposit, same day. If you are depositing after 11 o'clock, next day processing will be done. Are you clear about this? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Gaita, Laila and Mariam.
Yes, sir, it's okay.
Okay? Now, coming back. Listen, Gaita, this is for you. Okay? Deficiencies. You are asking me immediately question. Deficiencies in the purchase system examined all through the time. The requirement is to explain the deficiencies and consequence of them, followed by recommendations. Do not produce covering unless it is specifically asked for you. You won't get any credit for doing. They are telling, don't do anything which is not asked. We will work through the different questions in few slides. Now, read this one. Is it right? Read this one. This is examination question. Fox, it is examination question, is it right? This is the old pattern. If you take the new pattern, this will be for 10 marks in 5 MCQs. Is that? This will be, I am telling this normally assume this will, they converted all old questions into like this only. Okay, all old questions they are converted in this way only. Fox Industry manufacture engineering parts. Now you have to tell me what is the deficiency. It has one operating site and a customer spread across Europe. The company year end is 30th September, April. There is below description. They are given two things. They are given with respect to purchase system. They are given with respect to payment system. Now, what is whenever production materials are required, the relevant department sends a requisition to the ordering department, to the purchase order department. They are sending the requisition. An order clerk is raising a purchase order. Order clerk cannot raise a purchase order. Is it that clerk cannot raise a purchase order? An authorized person should raise the purchase order. Is it? An authorized person should raise the and contacts a number of suppliers. Can we contact number? No. We have to contact approved suppliers. Approved list of suppliers. There is no number of suppliers. Who can dispatch first? That's not like that. Is it right? We cannot do. Thus, this supplier is then chosen. We are sending to number of suppliers, and whoever is supply first, then there is no criteria. Is right? There is no criteria. Is right? There is no criteria. The order clerk is not sends out the purchase order. He is a clerk, lower level manager. He is not a manager also, he is only an executive. Is that order clerk sends the purchase. This is not sequentially numbered. Is that accuracy is not there. Sequentially it has to be now you can see the thing. You will get as many things as possible. I will put the thing. This is 1, this is 2, is it right? This is 3, is it right? This is 4, is it minimum? And what they say, this is not sequentially odd numbered, and only orders 5,000 and above authorization. 5,000 is not a small amount, is it right? There should be a limit. There should be a limit. How many deficiencies are there? 5. Okay, 5 deficiencies are there. How many we have to write? That much you have to write. We should not get excited and say that we will write more. Now you see the things. Simple process. Purchase invoice are input daily by the ledger clerk, who has been in the role for many years, and as an experience does not apply any controls. Is it right? This is point number 6. Over the input. Every week the purchase book daybook automatically updates the ledger. The purchase ledger is posted. One side it is automatically done. One side it is done manually. Okay, one side it is done manually to the general, and we are not okay. It is done manually. Somebody has to review it. Okay, somebody has to review it. We are only seeing in the entire process. In the entire process, we are seeing only purchase ledger clerk. Is right? This is the order clerk. This is the purchase ledger clerk. Okay, no senior authority is there. Okay, 7 points we can do. Next, but we have to be very balanced. Is right? We should not say only we have to take purchases. This is very important. For Fox maintains a current account and number of saving deposit accounts. Is right? The company. The current account is reconciled weekly, but savings accounts are only in every 2 months. Is that there is a thing here also? If we are not doing weekly, at least we have to do on monthly basis. Is it? This is point number 8. In order to maximize cash and bank, Fox policy of delaying payments. Why you have to delay payments? As long as you have to have you will have the payment policy should be there. This is point number 9. It is examination question. Keep it in mind. Focus. Examination question. Is right? The finance director is given the total amount of the payment list which he authorized and then processed for. They have given only the list, payment list, no supporting documents. Okay, we have to give all supporting documents. What are the supporting documents? The supporting documents are purchase order, the supporting documents are goods received note, and the supporting documents is sales invoices. This is what? This is how many are there? 10 are there. Are you clear about this?
Yeah.
Yes, Laila. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, fine. Now, what they are asking, see, focus here. Now we are doing only examination questions. Fine, focus here. What they are asking, as an external auditor, write a report to the management with respect to purchase and payment system. Identify and explain 4 deficiencies. Only 4. When we say only 4, you have to be very balanced. You have to take 2 from here, you have to take 2 from here. I am not saying that you have to take in 2 from, but take 4. If we have in a better position, see, our approach should be very scientific approach, mathematical approach. 2 from there, 2 from here. You can take 3 from there, 1 from here. You can take 4 from there. I'm not saying that. The easiest way we have to approach first. But if we have the command over the subject, then we have to make sure that we also have to work very intelligently. Fine. Now, what are the explain? You have to identify deficiency, explain the implication, and provide the recommendation. 3 things are there. Is it right? 3 columns. Okay? 3 columns are there. The first one is you have to identify and explain. Then you have to explain the implications. Is it right? You have to explain the implication. Then you have to give the recommendations. Fine. A covering letter is required. If they ask, you have to mention. Now, what is the way they say? How many they say? They 4. Is it right? They are talking about 4. 4 is 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it right? For each they have given 1 mark. Is it right? Here 3, here 3, here 3, here 3. 1 mark. 12 marks. And 2 marks is for what? 2 marks is for presentation. How many marks are there? 14 marks. More or less, it will not be same. More or less, if they come across purchases, similar scenario will be there. Similar, okay? Now, first look the requirement. We have done this carefully. 14 marks, 12 marks been split requirements equally. So 4 marks for deficiency, implication and recommendations. Note that 4 deficiency. So make sure that you have 4, but no more, as you won't get any credit for more than 4. Requirements are specifically for covering letter. You have to write. Is it right? Requirements are specifically for the covering letter. When they mention covering letter, we have to make sure that covering letter has to be there. Is it right? Next, what they are saying? They are saying that you are talking in terms of ISA 265. What is ISA 265? Communicating, is it right? Communicating deficiencies in internal control. Is that communicating deficiencies in internal control to those charged with governance. Now you understand why I am talking about this. Is it right? So ensure that this include necessary points as ISA 365. It talks about communicating deficiencies in internal control to those charged with governance. You have to report to the management. Is that the deficiencies, implication, recommendation should be separate appendix. Appendix is in a table. They prefer table format. Is it right? If you come across anything in section B, is there anything in section B, immediately You have to work in table format. The next two slides highlight the possible deficiencies. You will see this from the model answer, and there are 4 more deficiencies that you can choose to include in your answer. Already we have done this. Already we have done this. You can match this with the numbers also. Maybe something they have different, something we have, but we are to the point. We are to the point. Only 4 deficiencies. Okay. You should not. They have given suggested questions. See the thing. In the red, contact numbers of suppliers to see which dispatch first. The supply is then chosen, not sequentially numbered. Only orders approved. Does not have any application controls. Purchase daybook automatically updates, but it will be manually to the general ledger. Is that here also? They are talking about the reconciliation. They are talking about the delaying payments. They are talking about the approval by the finance director. In the examination also, we have to do this. Okay? We have to do this. We will see how it will work. Are you clear about this?
For the deficiencies, can we copy and paste them in the answer and then just justifying the applications in order to save time?
We can do. There's nothing like that. Okay? But you have to explain. Identify and explain. See, I'm telling you this very clearly. To the point, precise, not more than 2 sentences. 1 identification, 1 sentence explanation. It should be short. It should not be long. Words are important. Time is important. Okay, the words are important. Time is important. 2 sentences. What they are asking? 2 sentences. Implication, what will happen? Recommendation, what will happen? What you are recommending. Okay. Now we'll see how it will happen. They are talking about the things. See, they say it is an appendix. Okay. They are talking about what? Appendix. Means once they say appendix, this is the old pattern. Okay. Once they say appendix, you have to, what they have done, they are separate, they are given separately. Okay. They have given separately. You have a covering letter. Address, date, to the whom you are a board of directors. Financial statements, 30th April. Find appendix to this letter, deficiencies in internal control, found with purchase payments during the external audit. Only significant. What are the deficiency and significant deficiency? Okay, I told you in the examination they will ask significant deficiencies. The details only the significant deficiency means it is not one, it is interrelated. Okay, deficiency means in the one only one. Significant deficiency means it is a multiple effect. During our audit, you have to write, if more extensive procedures on control has been carried out, we may identify more deficiencies. That means we are playing very safe. Okay, we are saying that we are just working with the basics. Automatically, that this is standard. See, you have to write very smartly. The report to the management is solely for the use of the management. It must not be disclosed to third party. Confidentiality. Is that? Or it referred to without our consent. No responsibility assumed by us. Is it right? They are saying it is a true and fair. So many things are coming. See the things. Go back to previous chapters. Is that confidentiality will come? Is it right? It is not be disclosed. When it is not be disclosed, it is confidential. Is that without our consent? You have to take the consent. No, and we are not taking any responsibility. True and fair. Your firm, audit firm. Now, they have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 they have given. We have to write any 4. I am telling you this, and I am going to ask you. I am very much particular. Some students are there that happen. They say that we will write 4. Now I will tell you. When you have done this much base work, 4 will be the correct will be there. Okay, 4 correct will be there at any cost. Is that? Now, purchase orders are not reviewed. Only the order clerk is doing. Okay, purchase orders are not reviewed by second person. Is it right? Not reviewed by the second person unless the amount is 5,000. It is a materiality. It is a material. 5,000 is not a small amount. This is the deficiency. Purchase orders are not reviewed by the segregation of duties also. Is it right? There is no segregation of duty. Orders, what is implication? Orders can be made unauthorized today. Every order will be less than 5,000. You can order as many orders as possible. Less than 5,000. Even you are ordering for 4,900, no approval is needed. Is it right? This is the implication. Recommendation is all orders should be reviewed before order is placed, signed off. It has to be reviewed, it has to be signed, and it has to be authorized by more senior team member. Is it right? Delegated levels of authority should be in place. Now you tell me, it is very initial stages. Structure see the first you are identifying the any 4 you take. 5 less than 5,000, no. Is it? No review of less than. This is the deficiency. You are identifying, you are explaining. Implication, most of the orders will be, you write in your own words, nothing will happen. Less than 5,000, they can place any number of orders. Is that? All orders should be reviewed, it has to be signed off, and it has to be authorized by a senior team member. First one, the order clerk choose the supplier based on supplier who can deliver fast. It is a deficiency, is it right? Somebody will come and say that I will deliver within 1 day. That's not the case. What they say, if you are doing this, what is the implication? You will have poor quality of goods. Maybe you are getting fast, they will charge you more. Quality will not be there, they will charge you. Maybe paid for goods from particular, you will have your preferences. Is it right? You will call somebody else, is it right? And say that yes, supply it immediately, fine, he will supply without any scrutiny. No scrutiny, no review, nothing is there. Is it right? No scrutiny, nothing will be there. Fine. No, it is not your personal business. It is company. You have to make sure that. What it says, an approved supplier list. I told you in the explanation of when we are covering the slides. Now you understand. List should be in place. Company notes who is the supplier and what much the goods he will cost. You will have a list of suppliers. Is it right? List of approved suppliers. You should have the quantity. Sorry, not. You have the product. Is it right? For each product, there should be a unit price. For each product, there should be unit price. Approved suppliers. Second one, purchase orders are not sequentially numbered. Is it right? This is we are talking in terms of accuracy, completeness. Is that accuracy and now we are not talking about those things directly. We are talking about specific. Is that purchase orders can be lost if there is no way of keeping track of unfulfilled orders. If you are not, completeness will not be there. You will not have sequence. You cannot track it. Is it? Purchase order should be sequential numbered, multi-part. Is that in not one, multi-parts? Is that you have to have accounts copy, you have to have stores copy, you have suppliers copy. You should have an original copy. Okay, you should have 4 parts. Order form should be in sequential number. It has to be reviewed on weekly basis to flag, means to identify any unfulfilled orders for chasing up. You are placing the purchase orders. Is that should make reconciliation whether all the orders has been received, all the goods has been received, all the purchase orders has been there supplied, goods received note. What we are doing, we are matching the purchase order with goods received note. Any purchase orders, there is no goods received note, means that is the order, it is pending. Is it right? It is pending. Once class is over, again I will send you this PDF file. One question you do it, you can do n number of questions. N number of questions, unlimited questions you can do. Okay. Now, what it says, purchase invoices are not matched to the purchase order before being put in the system. You should know, you have to have a purchase order, you should have a goods received, you should have a sales invoice. Then only you can enter. Is it right? Invoices of incorrect amounts and incorrect goods may be entered. If you are not reviewing it, definitely you are entering as you wish. Is it? What the rule says, purchase order should have matched back to the purchase invoice to purchase order before adding into the system. Invoice, sales, purchase invoices is nothing but what we are going to pay. Okay, what we are paying to pay. A copy of the order. Is it right? What happened, Leila?
I don't know, sir. Kick me out.
Me?
No, sir. The system, I think, maybe.
Okay, fine. Is it? If something happens, immediately you message me. Okay, my phone will be there. If is that now what happens? You have what is the recommendation? What you are doing? Test of controls. You should purchase should be matched with the purchase order. Is that a copy of the order should be attached to the invoice and filed away. You should know which one has been entered, which has not been entered. If you have entered, put tick. If you have entered, make sign. Is it right? If we entered, you stamp it that it has been entered. You are doing so many things. Is it right? In the office, you will have so many stamps will be there. Originally verified, approved, entered. The moment you are doing, you put a stamp, you put a sign. Is it right? Same thing we are doing here. Nothing different. Is it? 1, 2, 3. This is the fifth one. Is it? This is the fourth one. The purchase order do not use no controls are there. Is it right? No controls for purchase invoices. There should be application control. Is that you have two types of control: general controls and IT controls and application controls. Okay, the increases risk of errors. There is no controls, risk error. This could result in misstatement of financial statements in terms of error in amount to suppliers and consequent loss of goodwill. Is that when you are inputting, you have to make sure that you have entered it completely correctly. There should be some controls will be there. Is it? Such as you have control totals, document totals. I told you where what you are doing, you will have row totals. Is it right? You will have row totals, you will have column totals. We are doing this for what? We are doing it for the accuracy purpose. The purchase clerk post purchase, the clerk post the purchase ledger to the everything he is doing. He is doing two things, no segregation of duties. Is that there is no segregation of duty. Okay, there is no segregation of duties. Errors we made during posting and as it is done manually. One side you are doing automatic, one side you are doing manually. Is it right? Definitely. There is no one who is reviewing. The system should set up so that purchase order is posted automatically. Is it? Once you are posting automatically, there should be a reconciliation. You have to verify, okay, whether everything has been posted or not. Between the two, is that this word is also very important, reconciliation. See the things. If I will go by the things, there will be one sentence or two sentences, not more than two sentences. Is it right? A reconciliation between two will be performed each week, every week. Is it right? And it has to be signed off. It has to be dated by the responsible person. Every week you have to reconcile. We cannot, is it right? We cannot take. Deposit accounts are not reconciled on timely basis, only 2 months. Is it right? What are the implications? Implications there, any unconciled may go unnoticed for a longer period, the length of the time between reconciliation. You can write in your own words. I am telling you this. I am telling you this, and I will ask you to, I will give you a question and I will ask you, I will give you the same question. Understand what? I will give you the same question and I will see how you are writing in your own words. Fine? Is that if you don't do on a monthly basis, definitely there will be some fraud will be there. Okay, reconciliation, bank reconciliation is important. Deposit account should be reconciled as on the time of current account. Again, once you are doing the reconciliation, signed off, dated, and by a responsible person. Any differences should be investigated and resolved on a timely basis. Is that anything is happening, you have to sign off, you have to date, and you have to, who is the person who is authorized to do this. Okay. Once class is over, read this. Okay. Payment to suppliers is delayed. Why you are delaying? Your credibility will go off. Okay. You should not delay. You have to pay as per terms and conditions. Neither you have to pay early or you should not pay delayed. Prompt payment discounts are not advantage. If you pay early, they will get, maybe you get some discounts. Suppliers may not look favorable on the company if it takes too long to pay. And sometimes what will happen? They will refuse to give us any credit. If there is a possibility, pay in advance, get discounts. If you delay payment, suppliers will not supply. Implication. What is the recommendation? Should be paid as soon as possible to take, if any advance discounts are there. There is a say, if you pay within 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, no discount. Is it right? To promote, and we have to pay on time to have a good relations with suppliers. Fine. The finance director authorized total amount payment list without review. Is it right? He has given one fine day you will go and you pay, put the papers on the table of director and say that's signed. He is also has a good responsible person. Okay, he will not see anything, he will sign. Is that unauthorized amounts may be missed and the finance director does not see the payment details. This open in company to the, maybe there will be a fraud or there will be an error. The finance director should review detailed list of payments. He is the ultimate person who is going to sign it off. And query amount and any queries. Supply, we are talking about amounts, we are talking about supplier names. Is there any suspicion is there? Any errors are there? The finance director should be evidence. The review should be evidence with the signature and date. A complete comprehensive question for a purchases. Is that a comprehensive? Correct. You read once, twice, thrice. Only 4 you have to write. Is it right? See, when I am asking only 4 points. Okay, only 4 points. When I am asking you, when I will ask you to write as a practice question, you should write 4. Even I am telling you this in the examination also. Unfortunately, 3 are right, 1 is wrong. Don't worry about that. But don't make a mistake of writing 5. Is it clear about this? Is it okay about this? Purchase systems? Yes.
Yes.
Mariam, Gaita, Laila.
Yes.
Fine. Are you now it's clear to you, Gaita, how Laila, how we have done? You are asking the same thing. You told me we are doing in the same way. Okay, we are doing. We know the understanding of the unless until you don't. Now you see, you understand the theory. The question will be easy for us. Fine. Next, we'll complete this. What is the inventory system? When now you are using, you are receiving, how the inventory will work. Is that how people will do the inventory? There are 3 approaches to audit inventory. Very, very important topic. I am this putting star in the beginning only. It doesn't mean that purchases is not important. Don't ask me that question. Is it right? Inventory, cash. Is it? These are all are important. Okay, but inventory, if you do 5 question papers, 3 question papers inventory will be there. That is what I am saying. Is it right? If you are doing 5 question papers, in 3 inventory will be there. There are 3 approaches. The 3 approaches to audit the inventory. An approaches taken depends whether controls around inventory are strong or weak. What are the inventory? Perpetual inventory. Continuous can be relied if controls are can be relied on if perpetual. Continuous. Is it right? Continuous inventory. Always production department. You see milk industry. Continuous. Is that continuous? There is incoming, there is outgoing. Inventory count near the year end. Perpetual only if controls are strong. Inventory count near year end. At the end of the year. Year end count after the year end at the time of year. This is near the year end. This is the year end. Use a substantive procedure. We are going to do in one of the chapters later. Is that how we are talking about inventory? What is the approach? We are talking about inventory. Interesting also, like purchases. Is it right? Now what they say, what are the things? They ensure that inventory movements are authorized and recorded. Inventory is moving from one place to another place. Inventory, you receive inventory, you will send it to the warehouse. Is it right? From warehouse you will send it for delivery. Sales. You are receiving the inventory, you will send it to the warehouse, you are sending it to the production department. Inventory, movement, very responsible. See, pharmaceuticals, I will tell you, medical shops. Is it? People who are working, inventory, huge inventory. Pharmacy, huge inventory. People are when there is an inventory count, they will close the shop. They will close the outlet. For one, when there is a, see, 31st December, is it right? 31st December, banks, what they will do? They will say that we don't have any transactions on 31st December because the transactions has to be cleared it off. Getting my point? Transactions has to be cleared it off. Means that is the reason. 31st December, the bank will have a official, they is not an official holiday, it is a customer's holiday. Is it right? Now, when you are talking about the occurrence, when we say you will have pre-numbered documentation, see the thing, you are receiving, when you are receiving by purchases. It is a goods received note. Now you are understanding the language of auditing. When you deliver, it is a goods delivery note. Sales, goods delivery. Inventory is in the middle. Okay, one side you are receiving, one side you are delivering. Pre-numbered means you should numbered it. GDNs and GRNs. Reconciliation of inventory. You have to do reconciliation. What is the opening inventory? Is it right? What is the opening inventory? How much we have issued and what is the closing inventory? We should not use. We have to use with the what? We have to take into consideration records. We have to take the records with the ledger. With the register to the ledger. Again, inventory controls segregation of duties. Segregation of duties are very specific. Is it right? Now, what is that controls? Where pre-numbered, review the documentation. Whether GDNs are, GRNs are there or not, pre-numbered. Reconciliation, review a sample of reconciliations. Is that review a sample of that performed reviewed by a senior individual? Is that senior person? Segregation of duties, you have to observe whether they have done segregation of duties or not. Fine. Next, what is it? The second objective, ensure that the inventory include in the statement of financial position. What is there in statement of finance physically exist or not? Closing inventory. Is that specifically what is? This is the closing inventory. Is that physical safeguards to ensure inventory is not stolen. You should have security. Is it right? You should have security that yes, it is in the safe place. It should be the safe place where there is a locker is there, locked systems is there. Is that separate response? Somebody for maintenance of records and somebody is for the security. Two people has to be there. See, when in the bank you have the safe. Is that right? In the bank you have the safe where cash you kept. What will happen? The key will be with two different people. Manager is responsible plus both the people should operate. Both the people should enter the digital lock number. Is that? Both the people, if there is matching, fine. Segregation of duties. Is it right? Inventory counted on a regular basis. Now you will, when you say regularly, you can put it on a daily, you can put it on a weekly, you can put it on fortnightly, is it right? Or you can put it on monthly, but preferably not more than fortnight. You should not delay, okay? Inventory counted regularly. What you are doing when you are talking about the safeguards, again, I am putting this one for your understanding. What is the security systems are in place? Inventory is a huge amount, is it right? There should be a proper system should be there. Is that you will have separate responsibilities, review policies and procedures, discuss them with the relevant staff. Whether they are doing segregations of duties are there. Not only that, you have to review procedures, counting inventory procedure, and this is very important, very, very important. Attend inventory count. You should, as an auditor, you should attend when inventory count is taking place. There is no, at least for a sample of counts. For a sample of counts only. What is the procedure and this will be again, this will be tested in question answer. Understand? This will be tested in question answer. Fine? I am telling you this, and if the inventory question is given, physical count, physical presence, attendance is very much important. Fine?
They should attend in the full process.
Pardon?
They will be attending in full process or just part of the process?
Full process. For a sample, full process means what they have to take. See, before inventory count, there will be instructions. Okay? You have the instructions will be there before inventory count, during inventory count, after inventory count. Is it right? I am writing this. This is very, very good. You have reminded. What you have to do before inventory count? Is that before inventory count, there will be clear-cut instructions will be there. And during the inventory count, is that during inventory count, how we have to make observation, how they are doing, and after inventory count, once inventory has been counted, how they are making a documentation. Is it right? I think somewhere we will cover this. Okay? During the inventory, before, during and after the inventory count. Means at least if I have multiple locations, you have to attend minimum one location, sample of locations. If you are having multiple inventory counts, you have to attend one sample of inventory count. Is it? You are having multiple products. Okay, you have multiple products. You have to attend at least one product, how they are doing. Is it? What is the process how you are doing the inventory count. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Fine. Now, what is the completeness? Same thing. To ensure that all purchases and sales, because inventory there is in purchases receiving, sales outgoing. Okay, you are purchasing and say inventory is a focal point. Is it right? Inventory is in the middle. Is it at one side you are talking in terms of purchases and one side you are talking in terms of sales. Is it objective to ensure that everything has been recorded. Purchases, goods received note. Sales, goods delivery note. Is it? You have to record the incoming and outgoing. Procedures in place to include inventory at third parties. And in inventory, exclude inventory on the consignment for third parties. Consignment means consignment is in terms of what? In terms of sales. Till it is not reached the customer, it is not a sale. Understand point? Till it is not reached by the customer. So include at the third parties. I will say third parties is nothing but one of the third parties is warehouse. Okay, and exclude. We should exclude it with any sales. We should not We should not take that into consideration. Inventory held on consignment for third party. Reconciliation of records, physical inventory. Is it right? What is the physical and what is with the register? Is it right? What is the register? For the banks, cash is the inventory. Is that you will, the moment auditor will come, auditor will what will do? He will check if what is the cash, physical cash, and what is the registered cash. For the manufacturing companies, we have to check what is there on the in the records and what is physical. For is it right? Review the procedures related to consignment inventory. What is the concern? What happened? Somebody says that when you have deliver, when you have dispatch, is it right? When you have dispatch, it is a sale. Somebody will say that when it is delivered, it is a sale. Is it right? Dispatch, it is a sale. Fine, we are not going that much in detail. Okay. What we are judging that procedures related to inventory. Review reconciliations, whether reviewed by a independent person. Is that inventory clerk will do? That's not a big issue. Inventory the clerk will do reconciliation, but another person should review the reconciliation. Is that? Then only what will happen? The completeness will come. Now, whenever you are talking about completeness, in all the cases, completeness comes with what? Completeness comes with reconciliation. Is it right? Completeness comes with reconciliation. What are the rights and obligations to ensure that? Is it right? Whatever you have in the records, it belongs to the company. Because you are purchasing, is it right? You have purchased, is it right? It is your inventory. Whatever is the rights. Rights is ownership. Is it right? Right is nothing but ownership. Is it right? You will come across rights and obligations in most of the cases. Procedures include inventory. Means when you have the rights, anything with respect to third party, is there anything it is with respect to the third party, that is also your inventory. Okay, that is also your inventory. You have to include anything with the third party, and you have to exclude inventory. Is it right? You have to exclude means if it is sold, you should not take that into consideration. You have to wait. Okay, you should not be that. You have to keep it separately. If it is consignment for third parties, in his sales, consignment is if you are what happened, you have dispatched it, but it has not reached. The moment it reach, then ownership will be transferred. Till it is not reached, ownership is not transferred. Now, whenever you are buying something, what they say, it is CIF, cost, insurance and freight. Is that some people what they say? The moment they are dispatching, they say that it is insured one. Is there? It is insured one. Means responsibility will not be there with the person who is supplying. Okay, insurance will take care of that things. Okay, that's a different case. Okay, just I am giving you an example. What are the controls? Is that review procedures, entity procedures. What is the procedure of consignment inventory? Whether it is a dispatch, whether it is a delivery, okay, whether it is insurance, CIF. Is that there is a procedures, is that you have to ensure, so that you should make clear that whether the inventory is belong to you or it is not belong to you. Fine, this is the next. What is the second one? To ensure that inventory quantities has been accurately determined. Mathematical accuracy. You should do what are the controls? Periodic or annual comparison of inventory with shown in the perpetual inventory records. There is a perpetual inventory, There is a periodic inventory. Okay, periodic inventory, year end. Is it near the year end or at the year end? Periodic inventory, monthly inventory. Perpetual means continuous. Now almost it is perpetual. Is it an ATM, cash? It is perpetual, continuous. Is that continuous? If you are talking about milk industry, it is a continuous. The one side water bottling units. Is that you have water bottling unit? It's a continuous. Is that every time there will be some input, there will be some outputs. It happens all through the time. Is that you have to make a comparison of inventory with what? With the amounts. Review the procedures for taking physical inventory. What are the procedures? I can say what are the entity audit procedures. What are the procedures they will take with respect to physical inventory count? Is it? Now the classification. Is it right? Now the classification. Now what they said when you are talking about classification, see what it says, IS2. Okay, IS2, lower of. Is it? Lower of net realizable value or cost. Lower, which is the lowest value? Is it right? Lower of cost and net realizable value. This is the rule of IS2 inventory. Is that this is the method. Okay, method of valuation. Is it a method of valuation of inventory? What is there? To ensure that it is properly stated, lower of cost or net realizable value. Is it right? Keep it in mind. I am putting like this. Is it right? People say lower of the cost. No, lower of cost or net realizable value. Is that is what the classification and valuation talks about. Is it? Classification. Standard cost reviewed by management. What is the standard cost? What is the normal cost? Okay. Review cost accumulation, any variance reports. You have done standard costing. Okay, you have done standard costing. Standard cost versus actual cost, standard materials with actual materials, variance analysis, positive variance, negative variance, favorable variance, unfavorable variance. Don't go in that much. I'm just giving you an idea. Okay, I'm just giving you an idea. What are the variance reports? Okay, what we have to do? Review accumulation and variance. Inventory managers review inventory regularly. What are the slow moving goods? What are the obsolete expiry goods? And what is the excess inventory? Is it right? You will have, I am telling you this, somewhere, see, ACCA is a subject where you should have command over all the papers. Keep it in mind. Don't think that I have done auditing and I will forget auditing. No. If you have passed auditing, you should remember auditing till you complete your ACCA, and after ACCA also you should remember all these things. It is not like that I have done auditing, no. Is that? It is not like that. You have a slow moving, absolute and ABC. There is one analysis, ABC analysis, always better control. Is it? Always better control. Maybe you have done in your cost management. Okay, you have done in cost. Means that is what you should think about the class. We are doing a classification. What are the slow moving goods? What is the expiry goods, obsolete old models, and what is the excess inventory? Is that what we are doing? Again, review test procedures. What are the procedures for standard cost? Is that what is the standard cost? What is the actual cost? Is that procedures? Review cost accumulation. Inspect variance reports. Positive variance, negative variance. Is that where we have where we have spent more, where we have spent less, where the prices are increasing, where the prices are decreasing. That is a different part. Okay, don't write all those things. Okay, don't write. Only you have to write inspect variance reports produced and discuss with the managers how this has been done and observe. Inventory managers review regularly. When inventory managers are reviewing regularly, you have to discuss with the inventory managers how they are doing it and how it is going to be, what is the procedures. Okay, fine. This is with respect to valuation. Cut off, same thing, what we have done. I don't want to take that much time here. All purchases or inventory recorded in the correct accounting period. Now you should get command over the subject. Understand point? Command over. The moment next time you are having the cutoff, you should know what cutoff. Valuation, you should know. Rights and obligation, you should know. Yes, rights and obligation is ownership. Like that, you should have a good understanding about the assertions. Okay? All dispatch documents processed daily to be dispatched of finished goods. Record the dispatch of means daily basis or weekly basis. It has to be done. Same process. All inwards report processed daily to record whether we have, if we, with respect to, this is with respect to sales, this is with respect to purchases. And once you have done this, you have to take a reconciliation with the ledger. 1 and 2 inspect documents. 1 and 2 inspect documents to confirm that it is processed on a daily basis. It is processed on, and once you are doing this, definitely there will be a reconciliation. Review reconciliation. Now, everywhere, every concept, there is a reconciliation is there. There is a reconciliation is there. Fine. Now, we will complete inventory and we will close. Okay. We will complete inventory and we'll finish it off. Presentation and disclosure. How you are presenting in the closing balances. Is it right? What are the inventory transactions? Balances are clarified in the financial statements. Current assets. Okay. Or what you are seeing. Inventory also what happens. See the thing. When we are talking about the inventory, I didn't told. Is that inventory is also having 3 different stages. Is that inventory will have raw materials. Is it right? Inventory will have work in progress. Is it right? Inventory will have work in progress and inventory will have finished goods. Is it? Inventory have finished goods. Fine. Now, we have to make properly identified and classified in the financial statement. Raw materials, work in progress, finished goods. Orders from materials and production data used to process through manufacturing. Orders for materials and production data forms used to process goods through manufacturing. What are the orders? Is it right? How we are getting the orders? Is it right? To the production data. How you are matching? Is that somebody will request inventory and what basis they are investing? What are the orders? Against the orders, you have to issue the inventory. Is that against the orders? What we are doing? We have entity, procedures and documentations. You are reviewing the procedures and documentation, how we are going to classify inventory. It's a big issue. Raw materials, work in progress, finished goods. When it is going to be finished goods, when it is going to be work in progress, at what time it is going to be raw material. You have to class. Raw material, not that much difficult. Is that raw material will not be that much difficult. The issue comes with work in progress and finished goods. Is it? It has, when we are talking about the inventory, very clearly, it has to be approved by the direct. It is a huge amount, okay, and this amount is carried forward in the financial statements. Is that very high responsible person should be there. Review the working papers for evidence of review. How you have made the observations. Is it right? How you have made the inspections. Is it right? How you have made the observation, working papers, how you have taken the notes. Is it right? If there any working papers are there, you have to make a review for that. Is that? This is with respect to what? This is with respect to presentation and disclosure. Okay? Now, they have given a small question. Okay? They have not given the things. Okay? We will do this when it comes. Okay? Deficiency in the inventory system is examined so many times. Their requirement was to explain same thing. Deficiencies, consequences and recommendations. Spend time of planning your answer. Go to the scenario line by line, noting down the deficiencies. Also present your answers in the table. Fine. We will do this questions. Okay. June 20. Just remind me once class is over. Now, just remind me to send me one WhatsApp message to send the question papers. I will send the question paper for 2010 and 2012. Both the question papers I will send. And somebody has to keep record. Okay. With answers I will send. Is it? With answers I will send. And I will tell you that which question is there in the question paper also. Fine. 1, 2, 3 questions are there. June, December and in June 12. Should we stop or will continue? Tell me fast.
Shall we stop, sir? Yes, sir.